there, I'm Christina from hairromance.com, and today I want to share some tips and tricks to make it easier for you to exercise and keep your hair looking the same afterwards. Because you know I don't want to waste time washing my hair. I like to keep my hair on an easy schedule, and I like to do hairstyles that are super fast. So subscribe if you'd like to see more of this, and I want to show you the ways I've been styling my hair when I exercise. So exercise has not always been a natural thing for me. I am the kind of person that keeps gyms in business because I pay my membership, I go for that first week, and then I don't show up again for 2 years and keep paying my membership. So I've made it a rule not to join any more gyms, but recently I have started a new kind of sport, and I've started doing jiu-jitsu, which a Japanese jiu-jitsu, and a little bit of Brazilian jiu-jitsu as well. And honestly, who knew that this would be the thing that I would love to do? But I'm a year into doing it and I'm obsessed. And I'm not going to make this all about my sport, but basically it's now to the point where I am exercising 4 times a week. I absolutely love going to these classes. I have never sweat so much in my life, and it's probably the most I've ever had to deal with really busy exercise routines. So normally when I go for a walk or do other kind of like lower impact exercise, which was always my jam before, I would just wear really simple claw clip hairstyles. Same with when I was doing a lot of yoga or Pilates, which I also really love to do. Having a claw clip is great. The reason I love it is it's kind of easily adjustable for class, and it doesn't leave a lot of marks in your hair. Now my hair is definitely looking a little wild today, but that's because I'm going to work out tonight and then wash my hair after. So thought I'd be able to use this time when my hair's in a little bit of a mess to show you lots of different hairstyles all at once. So with a quick claw clip hairstyle, what I would do is a little bit like a French roll, grab my hair into a low ponytail, twist it round and clip it up. And now if you've got really long hair, you can then wrap it around the claw clip. You can fold the ends in, anything like that. There's a couple of different ways, but a claw clip is super simple. And the reason I loved it for things like yoga and Pilates is when I was laying down, I could easily move my hair a little bit higher, or I could move it to the side very quickly in the middle of class. And it meant that I didn't have anything too tight. I loved doing this when my hair is curly or wavy because it doesn't really squash it down. I don't lose a lot of volume. And so this is my go-to for long walks, yoga, Pilates, very simple. The next thing I would also do is use Invisibobbles. Now these are a special kind of hair elastic that have this kind of twisted system, and I have a short on when they stretch out of shape. You can shrink them back, so they're really, really great. And they do avoid that ponytail dent. So if you're a ponytail person for working out, something really simple, it doesn't, because there's no straight line across your hair, when you take it out after working out, you don't end up with a big dent across your hair, which means you can't just put it out and wear it for the rest of the day. I mean, you obviously can, no one cares, no one's looking, but if you wanted to avoid having a big dent across the back of your head, this is the perfect solution. Does that all in one go, you don't have to do anything else. But if you have a lot of hair, or now that I'm doing a lot harder exercise, this isn't cutting it as much anymore. So I up-leveled to the high duty Invisibobble. These work as a much tighter coil, and so these hold so well. You can have hair twice as thick as mine, this will be what you need. You can have hair that's half as much as mine, but you don't want it to move, and this is going to hold everything. I end up putting my hair usually into 2 little buns, just split my hair down the back. The reason I like this as well is, particularly if my hair is sort of more smoothed or blown out, take it down to the side, holding it with one hand, twisting with the other, create a little bun and roll all the ends in. And then I just place my Invisibobble over the top, just to create a little neat bun like that. And 2 of these works really well if you have like a middle part, you want to maintain that. And the other thing I love about this is there isn't anything heavy on top of my head. It's out of the way, and that works really, really well just to do a very simple style. And by twisting it around, you're also maintaining that sort of any sort of wave or style in your hair. So when you take these out, very similar to kind of like an overnight curl, where the bands won't leave any marks in your hair. You'll have that sort of twist around, and it works really well. One thing I would say is, now that I'm sweating so much when I exercise, who knew, I will be still quite sweaty on my scalp, and that means the ends of my hair here are quite dry. So what I do as a little trick is get my hairdryer just on cold and blast my hair before I take my hair out. So while it's still in that style, I just try and blast some of the sweat out with cold air. Or just even very light if you're in a bit of a rush. But I find that cold air is great. Just blast that out of your hair, and that helps to kind of lift any sort of sweat from your scalp without letting it sort of dry into your hair. Just kind of blast it out straight away like that. Now, of course, sweaty hair gets a little bit oilier. Dry shampoos are going to be key. Now, there's a few different ways that I like to use them, and a blow dryer again comes in handy for these. What I like to do is pop a little bit of dry shampoo in, perhaps before you work out, or once you've sort of blasted the most of the sweat out, put a little bit of dry shampoo and then blast it again with a little bit more cold air. That's going to really work it in, and so you can then get some more of that volume back in your hair, but without using too much product. And with dry shampoo is only going to do so much. It can't absorb all that sweat. So blast that out with some cold air from your hairdryer first, and then add a little bit of the dry shampoo product. I often really quite like using just this Mugu one because it's a really light powder. I can just kind of sprinkle that in where I need it, and it works really well to absorb any oils, and that works great. Now, if you're someone who has naturally dark hair or very dark coloured hair and you're like, dry shampoo just is never going to work for me, here's what I want to recommend for you. Use your dry shampoo at night. So when you get home, apply your dry shampoo and sleep in it. This is going to absorb throughout the night, and even if when you go to bed you might see still a little bit of an ashy look, by the morning it'll totally be gone. You can just kind of work it out with your fingertips if you see any marks. But by applying it at night, you get the impact of using a dry shampoo even better. And this is also for anyone with blonde hair, pink hair, whatever colour. Apply your dry shampoo at night before you go to bed, and then it'll be all absorbed by the morning. Now, this doesn't mean you then need to over apply, just still apply the normal amount, but then in the morning it'll absorb really, really well, and you'll be able to just brush your hair, or if you've got curly hair, just use your fingertips to kind of work it through and get that volume back in your hair. It makes a huge difference using your dry shampoo at night. Now, another tip for when you're styling your hair around exercise is to pack a hairbrush, but the type of hairbrush matters. What I mean by that is the type of bristle on your brush is going to leave a different finish on your hair. So whereas something like a vent brush with these sort of longer bristles is great for kind of brushing through and removing any knots, great for working through dry shampoo. If you want to actually finish your hair and do any kind of upstyle, a bristle brush like the classic Mason Pearson or a natural bristle is going to work really well to give you that smoother, more sort of sleek look and add shine back into your hair. So if one of my perfect post-workout hairstyles, if I don't have time to wash my hair straight away, is a smooth bun or a smooth ponytail. So a ball bristle brush is going to be key for this style. It works perfectly to actually really smooth, and if you're someone who's really struggled to kind of nail that smooth bun, the brush is what's making a difference. Even using a comb, using this kind of bristle, is going to leave striations through your hair. It's not going to give it a smoother look. And then when you take the bristle over the top, you get that perfect smooth finish. Then you can apply a little bit of hairspray to catch any little flyaways, things like that. But you'll find you use less product with a bristle brush. It's a total time saver for doing sleek hairstyles post-workouts. Another trick in my styling book for when I'm working out is using a little flat clip. These are often used for styling. It's great for kind of if you have a fringe or bangs that you want to try and move out of the way. Having these little flat clips won't leave a mark in your hair the same way like an invisible ball won't leave a mark in your ponytail. So if you have a fringe or sections on the side that you want to pull back, using these clips is the best way to do it. You can use a regular bobby pin or something like this to kind of clip your hair back as well. but that is so tight to your hair that it's going to leave a mark in your hair. This will hold your hair back, but it's not going to leave a mark. So highly recommend getting some of these little pin clips. They will then hold back your curl. And I mean, they're kind of cute as well. Just go with it. But something like this is going to hold your fringe or bangs in place without leaving a mark like a bobby pin can. Now, I also do a lot of braids for when I work out, and if you want to see those, let me know in the comments below. But you can head over to hairromance.com for lots more hair tutorials, and I'd love to know what your favorite hairstyle is for working out, and let me know if you need a tutorial for any other styles as well. Have fun with your hair, and I'll see you next time. Bye.